Hey class, my name is Derek Grube. Today I'm going to talk to you about why you should learn a trade job and not just rely on your college degree to get a job. Because sometimes that's not qualified enough nowadays. Back when our parents are growing up, a college degree was everything, and now everyone is it's been set in stone. From kindergarten to senior year in high school that you need to get a college degree to have a job and to be successful in life. Yeah, that's partially true, but another part of that is there's always going to be that working class that needs. There's always going to be a hand for mechanics. Uh, Contracting, excavating, whatever it might be that you need to learn. To me, I think everyone needs to learn some kind of trade to help them back up and just to have another thing on their resume. So I grew up in a rural town in Iowa. So I worked on farms growing up, and so that's why I have a pliers belt. This is actually a new one. My other one doesn't hold it anymore. It's all worn out. But doing that, I worked on dairy farms growing up. So I had to get up 5 o'clock in the morning, milk in the morning, be back at the farm 6 o'clock at night, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and do the night milking as well. So that taught me at a young age that discipline and labor will get you anywhere in life. If you don't like the job that you're at, uh, do it well. Always do your job as best as you can do to your abilities, and that will get you somewhere. It might give you a promotion that you like better than the job that you have now, or it'll lead you to another job at some other company or something like that to better yourself. On my other deal I have here is my old ration set from my dad. In high school, I wanted to become a mechanic or a vehicle mechanic or a tractor mechanic. I wasn't for sure what it was, but working on the farms, I was kind of leaning towards tractor mechanic. But in high school, I got the opportunity to become a certified mechanic, so I jumped on that. And my senior year, after doing that, I didn't really want to do that for the rest of my life. So my senior year, I changed to conservation. When I'm going for school now, I'm gonna graduate in another semester. And through I actually transferred into Upper Iowa from a community college, from Hawkeye Community College, and how I actually have no debt from that college because I paid for it out of working out of a dealership. And it was called John Deere John Deere Motors in Cedar Falls. And so I worked there part time while going to school full time, and the hours there was I think I only worked 20, 25 hours a week, but I'd rack up 40, 50 hours in a week because they worked on commission per job. So say a brake job comes in, 4 hour job, I get done in 2 hours. I'm on the next vehicle, maybe it might be another brake job. That's 8 hours of work that I get done in 4 hours. So the hours add up pretty quick. So, and now I can do majority of the stuff in my vehicle. I don't have to take it in to get service and pay the laboring fee and all the parts fee. All I got to pay now is just to order the part to my place, and I can do it myself. I gotta use my parents' shop back home if I need to do something like that, and so that's kind of helped me out through saving money on doing stuff. Actually, a few years ago, I had a motor go bad in my truck, and instead of having to pay 5, 6 grand a shop to do it, I paid a couple grand for a new motor and put it in myself with my dad's help for a little bit. But my first job, working as farm, for first jobs, sorry, working on farms and whatnot, that taught me the ins and out of farming. Not all of them, but at the time it taught me a majority of them. And now I'm still learning. I'm going to school, as I said, I'm going to school for conservation, so learning all the ins and out of farming is huge. So when a farmer comes into the office and saying, he's got this problem, that problem with the land, I know how to work through it and solve problems that way through that. And another reason why I think you should learn a trade job is, get out of college, you don't land a job right away. You might have to work at a factory or something like that to get a decently paying job to help start paying on your school loans. But there's always a need for uh, jobs, for tech jobs and whatnot. You go into any kind of dealership saying, "I'm a certified mechanic. Do you need help?" I guarantee you he will take a look at you and say, "Oh yeah, let's have an interview and see what we can go from there." And it's something to go back on. I know a huge guy that all he talks about is tech job and why you should have one, why everyone should have one, and why not everyone needs to go to college. When I was growing up, from kindergarten to senior year, it was you have to go to college and you need to go to college to get a degree. My parents always said that to me, but back then, not everyone had a degree, and a degree pretty much guaranteed you a job. And nowadays, sometimes a 4-year degree won't even get you a job, won't even get you looked at. You need to get a master's, PhD, and doctorate, whatever it might be, to get your job. In conservation now, sometimes you need your master's to get a job. And now, going through and learning all the farmers and stuff, I have all that on my resume, and I can go back on that. And some guy out of college right away has no farming background, but he went for school for that. I got ahead of him for always knowing all the ins and outs of farming. A guy that talks about that is Mike Rowe. You've heard, if you don't know the name, you've seen his commercials, Ford truck commercials, talking about why you need a trade job and why everyone should need to know how to trade job. Roads will always need to be worked on, so that's road construction. Buildings will always need to be built, and cars will always need to be worked on. And even welding, a lot of things need welding as well. So there's tons and tons of trade jobs that they just vary from whatever job it might be to you always have a job, and they are majority of the time they're decently paying jobs. And so that's kind of wrapping it up now. That's kind of why I think everyone should need to learn a trade job. You might not like it, might not enjoy it to the fullest. Not saying you have to work that for the rest of your life, but it's something that you can back up on and have your in. And if you need to find a job, you got your trade on you that you'll always have no problem finding a job. So I hope you enjoyed my speech and learned something about it. Thank you.